So you downloaded Starfish Literacy's vocabulary bingo? Now what? Let's take a look at it together. When you have a chance, make sure to read this page about vocabulary. It's going to give you more information about the importance of vocabulary for your child's reading skills. Before we jump in to explain the activity, I do want to share a little bit about vocabulary as it pertains to reading. When children are reading, they only have a certain amount of attention to give to something or a certain amount of energy. And if they are spending some of that energy focused on learning new vocabulary, they may not be able to focus on some of the other skills of reading, like decoding or comprehension or fluency. That's why building children's vocabulary is so important. It really allows them to put more of that energy into some of these other skills of reading. And yes, sometimes as children are reading, it's great for them to learn new words. But when it becomes too many new words is when it becomes problematic. They may start to read very choppy or in a very clumsy manner. So that's why activities that support their vocabulary are really great and actually not only going to help their reading, but also their writing. Let's take a look at how to play vocabulary bingo. In this printable file, you will see that there are a variety of topics. I chose the sports one, but there are ones like plants, animals, etc. Now, to get started, your child can simply pick any of the squares that interest them. Let's say they pick, here in the corner, we have soccer equipment. There are different ways that they can learn about this. They can look on YouTube. They could check out a book from the library. They could ask someone who they know who plays soccer, what type of equipment do you use? And let's say they successfully do that. They can check it off or exit out. And now it's going to be their choice in which direction they go. They could go diagonally, horizontally. Let's say they want to go to this next one diagonally, adjectives to describe an athlete. You will notice on each of these boards, there are going to be different types of vocabulary that your child could potentially be exposed to. That is done intentionally because vocabulary isn't just about learning new lengthy words. Adjectives are important, verbs are important. Learning about certain people or things is important and will enhance their vocabulary. So your child has done their research, maybe you did it with them, they learned about some adjectives, check. They keep going, indoor sports, and learn about an Olympian. They got bingo 4 in a row, amazing. Make sure to find a way to celebrate them. But let's say maybe your child wants to keep going, or maybe you want to get more use out of this bingo board. Another way they could win bingo is by making an X on the board. So they would have to get both diagonals. Or another way they could get bingo is by filling out the entire board. I put my bingo board in a sheet protector. You don't have to do that. But if this is something you're interested in, I love these sheet protectors. These are very durable. I use them in a classroom with like 30 kindergartners. I will link them below. So if you wanted to check these out and buy some for your child, you could. Also included in this printable file is a blank bingo board. This is going to be where your child could create their own board, or you could work on creating one with them. This could be tailored to their interest, to what they're learning in school, to what is around them. Maybe you just took a trip to a zoo or to the museum and they wanted to explore a little bit more. And so this is a way to really enhance and increase their vocabulary even further than the bingo boards that were given to you. Finding a routine of when to work on these bingo boards is a great way to ensure that your child is working on them. This doesn't have to be something that happens daily. It could just be once a week. Something where you know that little by little, they are working on enhancing and increasing their vocabulary, which in turn is going to help enhance and increase their reading skills. Make sure to share in the comments how this activity has been working with your child. And if you haven't yet, follow Starfish Literacy so you can learn about more tips that you can use to support your child's reading and writing skills.